But let's go to somebody who doesn't completely suck, that doesn't, that isn't stupid, that is actually a fairly smart individual. He is a regular correspondent on our website, Shambala Sports Network. He is Taylor McCorriston. Taylor, how do you like that intro?
Yeah, that was really nice. I like that. You can do that every time I come on your show.
Very good. Somebody that doesn't completely suck and isn't stupid. Meet Taylor McCorriston, the ninja, ladies and gentlemen.
I have the answer to your guys' question earlier too. I was eavesdropping. I hope you don't I hope you don't get mad about that. But the answer, what Anderson should have said when the guy said, "Why couldn't you stop his takedowns?" He should have just said, "Because I'm not I'm not an Olympic alternate." That's pretty simple. Like, I can tell you why Chael Sonnen can take me down, because I'm not an Olympic alternate. Just because I know the takedown's coming, and I know the guy's a good wrestler. It doesn't mean I can stop it from happening. Just like if Anderson got a tie clinch on me, I can probably tell you that, yeah, he can knock me out. It's like, you're right. It's a retarded question. I mean, those guys, I don't know how the hell they get to have their job, and why smart guys like you don't get to get that job.
Well, I have a few ideas to that, but this is somewhat of a family show, and I want to keep it that way.
Stop real quick. Rick Story just called somebody a pussy on the air. Okay, he just called somebody a pussy. He told a story about how he called somebody a pussy in high school.
Fine. I'll phrase it this way: they got their executive knee pads.
That's awesome.
It's called the lollipop treatment.
Yeah, that works.
So before we get into your fight, Taylor, I have to say I have been impressed with the stuff that you've been writing. Not just that your writing is good, but the subjects have been very thoughtful and well thought out. In the first one that you did, just the going through the different styles of MMA, and then the training aspects, and then this last one, the two forgotten martial arts, conditioning and conditioning and what?
And consistency.
And consistency.
Yeah.
How did that stuff come to your mind? I mean, is it stuff that your coaches drill into you, or is it just something that you picked up along the way? What has it been about?
That last one, that consistency and conditioning thing, I'm starting to learn it more and more since, I've only been pro for about a year and a half, and to be honest, it's like I've seen plenty of my friends, even just friends of mine, get into the sport of MMA, they go pro, and they're even really dedicated right in the beginning when they first go pro, guys I've looked up to, and then for whatever reason they've fallen off, and I never figured out, I just figured, MMA is really tough, but then you start really seeing, would you go pro and then you're training every day and everything like that? And it's not really any of my teammates right now, but it's a lot of my friends or whatever that you can just see how things start changing. They start giving themselves reasons why, they don't really have to show up 6 days a week like they used to when they first came to, became pros and stuff like that. And then, it starts going into stuff like Brandon Vera said it really, really good on one of his last interviews. I think it was the last hype for his John Jones fight, where he said, you were lucky to see me maybe 2 days a week. And it's I don't know why people lose sight of what the major goal is. When you first went pro, you're I got to train twice a day, 3 times a day, and 6 days a week. And then, you get to a certain point where you're no, you know what, I really only have to train in the afternoon. I don't need to run anymore. And it's a good wake-up call. All these people that have kind of, I don't want to say failed, but, they're coming up short, and they're realizing it now later in their career. It's a wake-up call for me. It should be a wake-up call to a lot of young fighters that it's don't make the same mistake these guys have made, So hopefully, I think it's, it's just one of those things. So, yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun writing for you guys and stuff like that, so.
So, Taylor, just refresh the listeners here that may be new and listening in. When is your next fight? Who you fighting for, and who's your opponent?
Yeah, so August 21st. This is a good one for me. It's at the Uriah Faber show. So a week from this Saturday. It's going to be in Marysville, and I'm drawing a blank right now on the address. But I know tickets are still available and everything like that. This was cool. This was cool because they changed the opponent on me, and at first I was really mad until they came up with the next opponent, and then I was even more excited. I mean, I don't think this win will do as much for me, but personally, this is a big deal for me because so originally I was supposed to fight T.J. Dillashaw. I always remembered that guy in high school and college, like wrestler, really good, wrestled at a higher level than me. I know he's going to be, Uriah's next golden boy, that kind of thing. So it would have been good. It would have been good to stop him and everything. It would have been awesome. But he hurt his back, and so they pulled the fight, and I was all disappointed. Then they brought up this other guy, and I didn't even realize who it was at first. But yeah, we have like a little bit of tension going on. I know that my friend Ronnie, my really close teammate, he went pro just recently, like April, and he had lost his first fight against this guy Hector Sandoval, and it got ugly after the fight. Their corner started kind of talking a lot of crap, and so we started talking crap back, and it's like normally we don't get into stuff like that, but when the guy hops up, and I don't think it was impressive win on that guy's part at all. The guy hops up and starts cussing at our corner, so we get in the ring, and like his main cornerman, after Hector calmed down, his main cornerman starts cussing at us and saying all this stuff, and so like, it almost got ugly. Nothing actually happened or whatever, and then the person that they replaced TJ with was the cornerman that was flopping up the mouth, which turned out to be Hector's older brother. So his name's Raul Omar Sandoval. It's like, if he doesn't remember me, I remember him big time, and I'm not impressed with his fighting style at all. I'm really excited to get in there. This is the first time I've been excited to put my fist through this guy. So I've been really, really excited, really motivated to train. I'm really looking forward to seeing who has the heavier hands. So that's that.
Well, I'll just tell you right now, he remembers you.
Yeah. He should. I flipped him off. So.
Yeah, I had the chance back in July to interview a bunch of the up and comers from the gym, and Omar was one of them.
Yeah. It's gonna be. I saw his fight. I know it was a year ago, and I'm sure we all improved since then. But we're gonna see if he's in shape coming into this fight, because I'm sure in shape. And we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I mean, I don't know. It's really disrespectful what they did last time, and I don't forget. So I'm really looking forward to this. It'll be good.
We're talking to Taylor McCorriston here on Shambala Sports Radio. Now, Taylor, being you've got a little bit of adverse history with this gentleman, would you feel that this fight is a little bit more one you're looking forward to, simply because you don't, it seems like you guys have some bad blood?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I've never had to go through this before. I never have hated any of the guys I've hated. 20-30 minutes before the fight, I always try to think of a reason why I don't like the guy, just to kind of get me amped for the fight. And everyone prepares differently when they fight. Some people don't approach it that way. Some people do, and I'm definitely one of those guys who does. But it's never been a real personal thing between me and anybody. And this one, yeah, I'm looking to snatch this guy and just show him that, like, how hard I've worked, and show all my friends and family how hard I've worked. Because for the longest time I've had to fight out of state. My last fight was in Japan, so it's going to be really nice having all my friends and family there. They don't really know how hard I've been training or how much I've sacrificed or anything, so it is going to be good to kind of show everybody, including Omar, how hard everything's been and how hard I've been training. So, yeah.
Now, have your coaches talked to you about the emotional side of it and really trying to keep the emotions in check, so to speak?
Yeah. I mean, I know Darren had talked to me and everything, but they know I'm not an out-of-control guy either, and I've never been that guy. I'm not an emotional fighter. And, I like the way Chuck Liddell put it, too. Even though he fights with a lot of it, he doesn't like to say emotion because he is a calculating fighter. And to me, it all breaks down to a game plan. Like, I know how I want to beat this guy. I'm pretty sure I know what he's going to do, and so we're going to do it with that, mentality. But, I don't think I'm going to get out of control out there or anything. I'm not I don't like to fight like that. And I didn't wrestle like that. I'm not going to fight like that. So yeah.
But with a little bit of emotion packed in it because of the quote unquote bad blood, because of the corner reaction during Ronnie's fight at Cage Combat back in April. It could be one of the things where you get in there and you're just you just suddenly have the adrenaline dump and all of a sudden you're just completely gassed. Is that something that they've been addressing?
No, not really. I mean, we've, you know, it's one of those things. It's not going to happen. I know myself. I don't think that kind of thing's going to happen or anything like that. But, you know, we did have a little talk about it in the beginning, and then after that it was like we just didn't address it anymore. It's kind of one of those things. Let's go out there, you know, let's stick to the game plan, and, you know, let's tap them or let's TKO them, that kind of thing. So I'm really, like, just interested to see what his game plan is. You know, it's one of those things. Like, I don't know how he's going to approach the fight. We had a couple ideas. I just know I'm going to try to take it to him, and then just keep the, you know, I'm ready to go 3-5s, and I wouldn't even be upset if it goes to a decision, to be honest. Just to really pour it on him, really show how good my conditioning has gotten and everything like that. But we are looking to put him away. So it's one of those things, you know. I think we're coming in with a nice open mind, and, you know, just going to try to push my conditioning. You know, that's what we focused on more than anything coming into this fight. And, you know, we changed it from 2-a-days to 3-a-days now, and my body's held up really well. And, you know, just really paying attention to the diet a lot more than before. And, yeah, I've been really happy. We actually put on some weight for this fight, so I'm really happy. So I put on some extra muscle. So it'd be nice. I'm going to be cutting about 17 pounds, so pretty happy.